I take your run, bro. I take your bro. I take your I take your brother.
He pump faking.
I take your bag. Police know it, bro. Don't do all that. I take your bag.
No, you say he'll take them boys.
What we know so far is that two males were arguing right in front of the doors of the entrance. 21-year-old shot and killed just before midnight right here at this Amazon fulfillment facility.
There was an intent to commit murder, but a targeted attempt.
1 a.m. employees were not allowed to leave. Their cars were trapped here in the parking lot.
This Baton Rouge rapper shot and killed his co-worker on camera for being bold enough to do the unthinkable. A young man lies dead on the ground over something that was totally avoidable, and police and people at the job are worried about this young man's loved ones retaliating over his death to get some get back. The situation is so crazy that it got people arguing if what he did was considered self-defense or just cold-blooded murder. Today, we're gonna get into who these men are and how a normal day at the job turned into a damn death trap. Tap in as we look at the real consequences of the streets so that we don't fall for the traps of the street, and hopefully we can save somebody's life. I'm your boy Kalibur. Let's get into it. On Monday, April 28th at 11:21 p.m., police were called to the Amazon warehouse where an 18-year-old Amazon employee named Karjean Nash got tired of all the drama at work and shot his co-worker 4 times.
We're learning more about that deadly shooting at the Cortana Amazon facility last night.
An argument during a work break led to gunfire. News 2's Destiny Beasley spoke to a witness about what she saw and heard.
Yes, one employee told me she never thought that she would witness someone getting killed at work. She said after hearing the gunshots, everything turned into chaos.
We're told video shot by a bystander shows two men in a heated verbal argument outside before the two head inside and 4 gunshots ring out, which led to suspected shooter to pull out a gun and shoot Anthony.
We are still working to get more information on what that argument was about, and obviously if Dylan Anthony was even the intended target.
The boy he shot and killed was a 21-year-old aspiring rapper named Dylan Anthony, who went by his rap name BG Native, and he was trying to make it out the hood with his talents.
Swing, reaching for this bet you won't end up with a damn thing. Say you want the smoke, or show you how to bang. Say you with the we about the same thing. Don't know about one fuck because my last name.
The killer Karjean Nash was a rapper too, who went by the rap name Soul 1X, and his music painted a picture of his lifestyle and what he was going through.
He ain't got no aim, so put down that still. That's the way he wrote that bitch. You already know he's in the field. But a game been on. I'm trying to smack something in the real.
Based on his rap lyrics, it's safe to say that Carl probably had some ops and might have had some real beef. But before the killing happened, people that worked at this Amazon warehouse been saying that everybody in the city knows that this Amazon location is the most dangerous place to work at in Baton Rouge, and it was known to get ratchet.
Amazon employees went back to work Tuesday night, and one employee told me their safety has never been a priority long before a gun was pulled.
It don't matter if it's 6 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock at night, they literally always fighting.
Amazon employee who asked to be identified only as Sarah says fighting at the Cortana Amazon facility is routine.
I feel like they only there to stop us from stealing.
Job at Amazon. I'm on probation, parole. You got me fucked up. I've been went to jail now with one of them young motherfuckers. Then them young motherfuckers. Ain't nobody trying to. Where's the sheriff? Where's the manager?
On Monday, April 28th, around 11 p.m., eyewitnesses claim the two boys got into an altercation while Daylon was at the warehouse trying to get his old job back. Witnesses say Carl and Daylon allegedly got into a fight, and they say security was there, but ain't do nothing. And for some strange reason, when Karjean Nash pulled out his gun, Daylon ain't back down, and what he did next shocked everybody.
I take your run, bro. I take your shit, bro. I take your shit, bro. I take your shit, bro.
He pump faking.
You can see in the video Anthony and the suspect outside in front of the facility arguing. They then run inside, and that's when the suspect fires at Anthony. Sue says everyone took off running, employees were scattered outside, and the facility was swarmed with law enforcement. In this video, you see workers surrounding the scene, taping it off.
Unfortunately, it happened at the workplace.
One Amazon employee told me they saw the shooting suspect get into a car with the woman and speeding off from the facility.
As Daylon's lifeless body laid on the ground, Karjean Nash fled the scene and went on the run. But on April 30th, he finally turned himself in to authorities.
18-year-old Carl G. Nash, we're told he turned himself in earlier this morning.
The public is going back and forth on if this was self-defense or not. But the victim's mother spoke out about her son, Daylon, and how she feels about all this. She said, "I forgive you, son. Just know that you don't need pride to be a man. Seek God. He'll forgive you too. You are just a baby. My God." This shooting was completely avoidable. Everybody been at work before. Maybe had some beef with some dudes at work. But man, you would have never imagined that it'd get this ugly. Apparently, him and Carl Jean Nash must got some smoke on the streets because eyewitnesses say that the fight started in the break room and it trickled out outside to where it got deadly. And this is just a sober reminder of how it could go down anywhere. How many people got issues with people at work? How many people got a problem with one of their coworkers? Maybe got a problem with one of their boss? And how often have people said, look, that person got one more time to disrespect me and now I light this whole thing up? And that's exactly what happened here with Carl Jean Nash and Daylon. A lot of people are debating if this is self-defense. For the simple fact, Daylon lunged at Carl knowing he had a pistol in his hand. It looks like at that moment, he was being threatened. Some people saying for that reason, they think it's self-defense. Then other people argue that it's not self-defense for the simple fact, when Carl saw that Daylon couldn't get the gun from him, Daylon ran. As you can see in the video, he ran in the building when he realized that his mission failed. And at that point, some people argue that it's not self-defense because Carl actually shot him in the back while he was running away. And how is that self-defense when Daylon was clearly running away at that point? It's a real tricky situation, and it's gonna have to get settled in court. This gonna have to get settled with the law because everybody got different opinions on things. What do y'all think about the situation? I personally think he may have been a threat, but he was no longer a threat. So I think it's gonna get real tricky. You get what I'm saying? The victim in the situation, Daylon Anthony's mom, she talked about having pride. I feel like that's ultimately the route that Daylon took that took his life. RIP to the young man. And we give much love and respect to the family. But the mother was right. I feel like a lot of times we feel invincible, especially when you feel like somebody playing with you. A lot of times you don't think. And as you can see clearly, the young man Daylon, he wasn't thinking in the situation. He did something that was just unthinkable. And unfortunately, the mistake that he made, he'll never get a chance to learn because it cost him his life. And this is where I hope videos like this teaches us that sometimes you gotta think. Sometimes you gotta put your pride to the side. Sometimes you gotta be man enough to walk away so that you can live to fight another day. You know what I mean? So that you can live to provide for your family. It's a very unfortunate situation, man. But once again, guys, I'm gonna continue to bring you stories that's impactful, that matters, that we can learn from, that can help save somebody's life at the end of the day. And that's what we do it for, man. So RIP to young Daylon Anthony. My thoughts and prayers with the city of Baton Rouge. And look, we're gonna see what happens with Carl Jean Nash if this is considered self-defense. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it. Do y'all think what Carl Jean Nash did was self-defense? Or do y'all think it wasn't self-defense? Y'all get in the comments and tell me your thoughts on this situation. I'm gone.